What happens when a single, unforgettable day of intense emotional connection in your 20s shatters into a decade of unfulfilled promises, only for a sudden family tragedy to force you into extreme forced proximity with the one man you never thought you'd see again? In Meet Me at the Lake, the breathtaking, emotionally raw, and New York Times best-selling contemporary romance by Carley Fortune, listeners are treated to an absolute masterclass in second-chance romance, small-town nostalgia, and deeply felt relationship angst. The narrative centers on Fern Brookbanks, a fiercely resilient yet stagnant woman whose life hits a massive wall after the sudden passing of her mother leaves her in charge of her family's run-down lakeside resort in Muskoka. Desperate for order while drowning in grief and corporate-style operational stress, Fern's world is upended when Will Baxter unexpectedly walks through the resort doors. A brooding, incredibly handsome, and heavily guarded corporate artist, Will is the same man who spent a magical 24 hours with Fern in Toronto 9 years prior, before ghosting her completely. Now he has arrived with a professional mission to help rescue the resort, placing them in an intense pressure cooker of shared history and late-night strategy sessions. As they navigate razor-sharp verbal sparring and try to salvage the business, an undeniable, simmering physical chemistry reignites between them, transforming their past regrets into a consuming secret obsession. Yet Will is hiding a devastating internal battle and massive past secrets that threaten his emotional stability. When external pressures and local skeptics threaten to derail Fern's hard work, Will drops his protective wall of cold indifference, unleashing a fierce, hyper-possessive, touch-her-empire-and-die protective frenzy. He uses his creative brilliance and quiet dominance to shield Fern's dream and claim his true queen. The audiobook experience transforms this ultra-atmospheric, sun-drenched romance into an absolutely addictive auditory ride, utilizing a top-tier narration format that perfectly captures Fern's vulnerable, quick-witted resilience and the deep, growly internal vulnerabilities of a man fighting for redemption. Seamlessly blending a dual timeline structure, gorgeous lakeside resort aesthetics, and heavy emotional angst, Fortune delivers a powerhouse narrative of destiny, healing, and free will, proving that love doesn't always show up on time, but when it's real, it's worth putting everything on the line for.